I'd like to welcome everyone to today's ceremony. Thank you for being here as we honor a few of our nation's finest. I'd like to ask the color guard, please post the colors.
Colors. Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is an exceptional day here in Madison County in the cities of Madison and Huntsville. We thank you all for being present. This is the culmination of an effort that began 2 years ago to renovate the Hall of Heroes displays, which are before you on your left and right. Many, many hands and shoulders have borne the load and brought us to this day. Today, we will unveil the final piece of the puzzle in revealing 3 service medals of honor and a specific medal of honor for Captain Mike Rose. The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration that may be awarded by the United States government. It is presented by the President of the United States in the name of Congress and is conferred only upon members of the United States Armed Forces who distinguish themselves through conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty under the following conditions: while engaged in action against an enemy of the United States, while engaged in military operations involving conflict with an opposing foreign force, or while serving with friendly foreign forces engaged in an armed conflict against an opposing armed force in which the United States is not a belligerent party. Since 1862, 3,500 Americans have received the Medal of Honor. We count among them 5 residents of Madison County, Alabama. Richard Taylor, who served in the Union Army during the Civil War. Paul Bolden and Cecil Bolton, both U.S. Army in World War II. Leo Thorsness, United States Air Force in Vietnam. And Mike Rose, U.S. Army, Laos, the secret across-the-border war paralleling the Vietnam War. Only 71 Medal of Honor recipients are alive today. 2 of them are here with us today, our special guests, both of whom live in Alabama. They are, of course, Mike Rose and Command Sergeant Major Benny Adkins at your extreme left, who joins us from his home in Opelika today. Both are recipients of the Medal of Honor because of their heroic actions in the Vietnam War. As we remember the 50th anniversary of that conflict, it's even more fitting that we gather around them as they assist us to reveal the new Medals of Honor that we carefully display and steward in these hallowed Hall of Heroes cabinets. A bit of Medal of Honor history is in order. The original Medal of Honor was designed for the Navy during the Civil War. The design included an inverted 5-pointed bronze star with clusters of laurel leaves representing victory and oak representing strength. At each of the stars, 5 points. The design featured Minerva, goddess of wisdom and war, and a man clutching snakes in his hand, representing discord, who's recoiling from Minerva. The scene was encircled with 34 stars, representing all states, both North and South. The reverse side had the words personal valor inscribed, below which the recipient's name was added. In the early 20th century, the original red, white, and blue vertical ribbon was replaced with a blue silk ribbon bearing 13 stars, symbolic of the 13 colonies. The Navy, Army, and Air Force medals now all hang from the same blue silk ribbon, which was adopted during World War II. Captain Rose and Commander Davis, please reveal the Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard Medal of Honor. The idea of an Army Medal of Honor was originally opposed by then Chief of Staff General Winfield Scott, but upon his resignation, an Army version was approved soon after the original Navy Medal of Honor in July 1862. The Philadelphia Mint incorporated modifications to the Navy design to produce a new one for the Army. The anchor was replaced with a perching eagle, a symbol of the United States, sitting atop crossed cannon and a saber. The words on the reverse were changed to "the Congress" too. In 1904, a new version of the medal appeared, the one we know today. It was called the Gillespie version, after its designer, Medal of Honor recipient General George Gillespie. A simple portrait of a helmeted goddess of war replaced Minerva, repelling discord, and it was encircled with the words "United States of America," which replaced the 34 stars. An enameled green wreath completed the new design. Command Sergeant Major Adkins, Colonel DeBusk, please reveal the Army Medal of Honor. At that time, the Medal of Honor was the only award for valor that could be bestowed. 680 Medals of Honor were awarded for valor during the Civil War. By comparison, only 462 were awarded in all of World War II. Many believed that the need for the Medal of Honor would end with that conflict, but it would not be so. The Medal of Honor was bestowed on many occasions during the various Indian campaigns in the latter half of the 19th century. President McKinley recognized that there were flaws in the application standards for those who had received the medal. He wished to elevate the status of the award, and he directed that specific standards be imposed. Eyewitness testimony was required, and actions so honored had to be characterized by courage and intrepidity above and beyond that of fellow soldiers. This guidance went into effect before the Spanish-American War of 1898, and shortly thereafter, many Medal of Honor imposters began to appear on the scene, and counterfeit medals began to circulate. In response, the Medal of Honor Legion was chartered to protect the decoration against acts of fraud, and Congress produced the official list of Medal of Honor recipients. To preclude any further casual or unceremonial deliveries of the award, which had become prevalent, President Teddy Roosevelt issued an executive order requiring that the Medal of Honor be presented by the President of the United States or his designated representative at an impressive ceremony. The first airman to receive a medal was the famous U.S. Army fighter pilot Eddie Rickenbacker in 1918. From 1947, when the Air Force was originally established as a separate service component, until 1965, Air Force personnel received the Army version of the Medal of Honor. The Air Force created its own design in 1965. About 50% larger than the other medals, it retained the inverted 5-point medallion and oak and laurel clusters. An enameled floral wreath encircles the perimeter, and 34 stars encircle a bust of Liberty. The medallion hangs from eagle's wings entangled with thunderbolts. The first official Air Force Medal of Honor went to Major Bernard Fisher in 1967 for actions in South Vietnam. Lieutenant Colonel Wishick, Colonel Manis, please reveal the Air Force Medal of Honor.
While many of us have heard about the Medal of Honor, there are some interesting facts surrounding the medal and its history. For example, each Medal of Honor is assembled by hand and is crafted for each recipient by name by American hands with American-made material. Production and distribution of each Medal of Honor is tightly controlled throughout the production process. And since there are no spare medals in existence, it is particularly impressive to have 4 modern-era medals of honor residing here in the Madison County Courthouse in Huntsville, Alabama. The Madison County Military Heritage Commission and the Madison County Commission are particularly proud of the stewardship and the trust of the American people and our Congress to allow us to maintain possession of these prestigious medals. We are even more proud to witness the unveiling of the 5th Madison County-related Medal of Honor, belonging to Captain Mike Rose, U.S. Army retired. His name, photograph, and Medal of Honor citation will be kept here in the Madison County Courthouse. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rose. Please reveal the Medal of Honor.
Captain Michael Rose demonstrated immense courage, diligence, and response in multiple life-threatening situations. His loyalty and unswerving commitment to protect and serve citizens of the United States were evidenced through his willingness to make a quick and proper response in order to protect the lives of others, whereas through his intense commitment to excellence in the defense of freedom and democracy, Captain Rose epitomizes the noble qualities of those who serve and protect, and he is truly deserving of the significant honor bestowed upon him. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we hereby recognize and honor Captain Gary Mike Rose as the recipient of the Medal of Honor and direct that he receive a copy of this resolution as evidence of our admiration and esteem.
This is truly an honor, what has gone on here to redo this and to just what is going on here in Madison County. Your service is absolutely phenomenal. This concludes today's ceremony, and thank all of you for being here today.